Amelia and welcome to our study notes. Today I thought I'd introduce myself and tell you all a little bit about me and what the goal of this project that I have is. I moved from New Zealand to the UK in 2016 and studied for my GCSEs there. I was set to sit my exams in the May-June session of 2019, but I had to move back to New Zealand in December of 2018, a few months before I was meant to sit them. I joined the Kiwi school system in January of 2019 and had to study the Kiwi syllabus, which is NCEA, while I was also studying for my GCSEs, which I had agreed with my parents that I would fly back to the UK and sit in June of 2019. This was because none of the exam boards in New Zealand or Australia, or Oceania in general, had headquarters where I could sit the exams, because I was sitting exams from OCR, AQA and EdXL, so there was no one place that I could go to sit all three different exam boards, which meant that I had to fly all the way back to the UK and go to my old school and sit the exams with all of my friends. But all of this meant that I had to study for my GCSEs by myself for the 6 months between the December that I left the UK and June when I flew back to take my GCSEs. And this is because I would have missed 2 terms of school where people were still learning stuff. Luckily, I had these amazing teachers who gave me all these resources and kept in touch with me, and I was able to teach myself everything just fine. The main struggle though was balancing GCSEs with NCEA in New Zealand, because I had to go to school in New Zealand, learn all the information for the exams there, and then come back home each night, do all my homework, and then study for my GCSEs as well. So it was quite hard, not gonna lie, to balance all of that, but eventually I got into this rhythm of just working a lot and studying a lot and making sure I had the time to fit all that study into my life so I could do well in my exams. I do have to say though that I did miss having a teacher teaching me all that stuff for my GCSEs, particularly because my teachers in the UK were so amazing, and I definitely did miss having them there. I've always been the type of person who asks a lot of questions in class, and I'm always sticking my hand up questioning everything basically, so it was quite hard not to be able to do that. Although Google did become my best friend, even though Google sometimes doesn't have the answers, it was the best thing I had as a replacement for those teachers that weren't there. When I did fly back to the UK, my lovely old school allowed me to board for 2 months during my GCSEs so I could sit them, and I was also able to be with all my friends that boarded as well, so that was an incredible experience. And being away from home, you do miss your family, but being with your friends just makes it so much better. I'll also be eternally grateful for having that opportunity, because it was definitely the best set of exams that I think I've taken in my entire life, and I think just having the support of all those people around me was extremely important for doing well in them as well. Once I had sat my GCSEs in June, I flew back to New Zealand and began studying for my NCEA exams, which were in November. And yes, I know that's a lot of exams to be taking in 1 year. And all my friends said I was crazy, and I know I'm crazy, but it was fine. And I really enjoyed the entire process, although I don't think I'd be able to do it all again because it's a lot of study and I don't think that's great for everyone. The problem I found with NCEA and the difference between that and GCSEs in the UK is that the exams in New Zealand are 3 hours long, whereas in the UK the longest exam is like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and that's English. But in New Zealand they put all the papers for one subject in one 3-hour chunk, I guess. And I found that quite hard because in the UK it had all been spread out and I'd be able to study for one paper and then push all that information aside and study for the next paper. Whereas here I had to study everything for one subject for one exam. So I did struggle with that. And I didn't do as well as I would have hoped in my mocks, but I accepted the fact that I had missed one entire term of the year just to sit another set of exams. And then came my GCSE results. Yay! Imagine me, the 22nd of August of 2019. It's 7 p.m. and I'm sitting at my kitchen table with my laptop, scrolling and scrolling, and I'm reloading my page and reloading it and reloading it and reloading it, like every single second that I can so I can see my results. And I scroll down and I see a set of grades that look the same as my mock grades, and I'm sort of confused. But then I scrolled down a bit further and I saw my actual GCSE results. So turns out I'd just been looking at the wrong results the entire time. But that's okay. I got 9 9s and an 8, and the subjects I took were triple science, English literature, English language, which was Edexcel, IGCSE, science was AQA higher. I took IGCSE, Edexcel maths as well, geography AQA, design technology AQA, Spanish Pearson, which I think is Edexcel, and computer science, which is OCR, and I got an 8 in computer science and 9 in the rest of my subjects. I was honestly very shocked with the results that I got. I hadn't expected it, considering I had missed 2 terms of the UK and the last bit of stuff that they would have been teaching, considering it would have all been revision and helpful tips from teachers as well. So I did cry when I saw my grades. I was speechless but extremely elated that I had done well and that all my work had paid off as well. So I did spend the next week in New Zealand, like running around my school so happy with myself. And that was just such a great feeling. So I was really happy with how that went. Yeah. And if anyone from Felsted is watching this as well, thank you so much for everything that you guys did. So yeah, thank you for that. So then came the summer of 2019, because us Kiwis have summer in December, because everything is around the other way here. So I was wondering what I was going to do with all these notes that I've written for my GCSEs. Let me just get them out for you. Oh, there's so many of them. Here we go. Okay. Then came summer 2019, and I had all these notes that I had written for my GCSEs, and I was wondering, what on earth am I going to do with all of these? And a lot of my friends had joked about me selling them, but I did actually take that seriously, and I have set up a website, which is ourstudynotes.com, where you can go buy all of the digital scans of these notes that I've written for my GCSEs. I would like to attribute the grades that I got to these cards because I hate textbooks, and so I basically summarized everything that I needed to know for my GCSEs, and instead of using textbooks, I used these, and they were so helpful. So if you would like to try them out, have a look at my website. The link will be in the description below, and it would mean a lot if you did have a look-see. I've also got a blog where I go through study tips and things I do for revision that you guys might find helpful as well. I've partnered with a lot of people as well to bring you a larger collection of notes from other subjects. I'm also selling notes at IB, which is what I'm taking at the moment, and A-levels. I've got a few friends whose notes I'm going to be putting on that website as well. So if you want to check that out, please support us. I feel like I'm holding a little baby. And now it's April, and I am sitting the IB diploma at the moment. And the subjects I'm taking are high level physics, maths, geography, standard level Spanish, English and chemistry. I might make a separate video of why I've chosen these subjects, but basically when I leave school I want to study engineering or physics, so hence the high level physics and maths. I really can't decide between engineering and physics. I've watched lots of videos of people who tried to weigh up which one's better than the other. I've made spreadsheets, Venn diagrams, mind maps, just about every sort of decision-making graph that one could possibly make in order to help with making that decision. But I really just can't seem to decide, because engineering, I really do want to make rockets when I'm older. I make model rockets at the moment. I'm going for a few national records with my brother and my dad. That's the engineering side of it. But then physics, I also just want to be able to answer the questions such as why are we here, or how did we get here? So I feel like there's two sides of me and I just have to decide between. Physics is more the abstraction, I guess, and developing new concepts and ideas, whereas then engineering for me is more being able to express those ideas as a physical object and then being able to do something with that object that helps people, whereas with physics I feel like it's more for myself because I want to answer those questions myself. But that's a topic for another day, and I'm sure I'll make a video at some point of when I do come to that decision, but at the moment I'm still just weighing up which one I want to do more. So I think that's everything from me today. I hope that sort of gave you an insight into who I am as a person, academically anyway. You'll find out more about who I am as Mimi in the future. So why can't I say? So wherever you are in the world, whatever the time of day that it is, remember to stay safe and spread love to all the people around you, and stay kind and be kind to all that you meet. I hope to see you again, and I really do hope that you enjoyed this video and it gave you sort of a rough guide of who I am and what I'm sort of doing with this project. So yeah, goodbye.